Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I finally got my hands on the very hyped Male Elixir. Probably the most hyped up release of all of 2023 so far. And I filmed an initial first impression video like a week ago, 2 weeks ago at this point. I'm sure you guys saw that. What I thought about it, I was not very impressed upon my first impression, but I've spent some time with the fragrance. I'm gonna take this thing off because that clinking is gonna be annoying. I've spent quite a bit of time with this fragrance over the last week or so, and my thoughts have not entirely changed, but I wanted to do a more thorough review of it, what I really think about it presently, and I wanted to do some side-by-side comparisons as well because that has been so requested by you guys to compare this fragrance to Le Male, Ultra Male, and Le Male Le Parfum. So I have those three fragrances here next to me and we're gonna be doing a little side-by-side comparison. But my updated thoughts on this, I just wanna say straight off the bat that this is not a bad perfume at all. By any means, this is not a bad perfume. Do I think that it deserves the amount of hype that it's gotten? Not necessarily, especially for a fragrance that isn't even available to purchase yet here in America. It's like people are just trying to tease us. Like I had to go through so many hoops to get this fragrance, period, to America, and it was a pain in the ass, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone because it's just not worth it. But I will say that this bottle has changed pretty significantly over the last week. Like, wow, the maceration process on this one has been crazy. Wow, just smelling it in the air versus the first impression that I did. It has gotten so much better. So much better than when I first smelled it. And it's a very pleasant smell. Like I said, it's not bad at all. It's not earth-shattering, it's not groundbreaking, but it's not bad. It's actually very pleasant. Very like vanillic tobacco, a lot of lavender and honey too. So if you guys didn't know already, the notes in this, in the top, you have that lavender note, you have mint, you have vanilla, benzoin with honey, tonka bean, and tobacco. And it's funny because I remember in my first video that I said I was really expecting Naxos. I totally blanked on the fact that people wanted me to compare it to Naxos as well. So I'm gonna grab my bottle of Naxos and then we'll do a side-by-side comparison of that as well because it's the same kind of vibe. And I was just thinking to myself, like, now that this has macerated a little bit more, maybe it will be more similar to Naxos. I'm not sure, but we'll try it. And I think that the reason that most people are let down by this is the name itself, Elixir. I think when you hear the word Elixir, you think of this just crazy strong, amazing performer, like beast mode Elixir, like straight, super loud, but this is not. The performance on this is only moderate. It's only okay. It's not a beast by any means. I definitely never got more than like 8 hours wearing this, and the projection on it is very soft. At least for me in my testing, like it has always stayed close to the skin when I was wearing this or having other people wear it. But I will admit this bottle has gotten significantly better over the last 2 weeks, just macerating since the first spray. Wow. So I'm gonna compare it to Naxos last, so if that's what you're most curious about, stick around till then. First comparison I want to do is to Le Male Le Parfum because this is the one that everyone wants to know about. And it's gotten me a little curious. I'm not the biggest fan of Le Male Le Parfum. I'm just not. And it's just the kind of old school scent profile I don't really love. So I don't have a full bottle of it, but I do have a little miniature, a little miniature Le Male Le Parfum. It's a little dabber, so hopefully I can get this thing open and if there's any dentists watching, please look away. Let's try to dab this, see if it's just disastrous or not. Oh no, super easy. It's a thoroughly saturated strip. I can kind of see the comparison between the two. I've seen a lot of comments from people saying that they don't need to buy the Elixir because they have the Le Parfum and it's just a little redundant. I can kind of see that. They do kind of feel similar, like it's obviously that same DNA at the heart of both of them, but they're not really that entirely related. I know that the Le Parfum is more of like an iris. There's no tobacco in the Le Parfum. Definitely has that same vanillic feeling, but this one, the Le Parfum, is definitely much more lipsticky, like very makeup-y, and definitely not as like rough and tough as the Elixir feels. It's more like toned down, a little bit older. This one has some cardamom as well. Definitely like less offensive, less in your face. Not that the Elixir is a screamer, no, but it's just the scent profile itself is it's a little rough and tough, just a little tiny bit. But the Le Parfum is also much creamier, smoother. It just feels more quality. Like this one I feel like is actually worth the money. I definitely have not liked this one in the past, but now that I'm really sniffing it, I might change my mind on it. I'm not sure. I might have to get a full bottle and just test this one out because I know that a lot of my viewers really, really love the Male Le Parfum. I wasn't a huge fan the handful of times that I've smelled it before. Just a little too old school for me, but maybe I will test it out and see if I can fall in love with it, because so far for me it's a little bit better than the Elixir, but older, not as like fun, a little more toned down than the Elixir. So if that's something that you like, I think Le Male Le Parfum would be better for you. So now we'll compare it to Le Male, the OG, the eau de toilette. Not that this is the real OG, you know, been reformulated like a million times, but we'll work with what we got. Yeah, it's like that. It's the same thing with the Le Parfum. It's the same, like you feel that it's Le Male, but it's not really that related. I don't know. I've always said that Le Male feels a little aquatic to me, like oceanic. There's like something slightly salty in here. People always call me crazy when I say that, but I stand by it. It definitely shares like that lavender, the mintiness, that vanilla, but I feel like the vanilla is much more prominent in the Elixir, and the lavender mintiness is more the star of the show in original Le Male. If I had to pick between the two, the Le Male is really, it's really honestly not, it's not bad. Like I respect Le Male, but if I had to pick between the two, I would still go with the Elixir. I don't know. Le Male is just a little right outside of what I really love in a fragrance on a man. Le Male is definitely in the Elixir, but it's just totally like modernized, different. There's a lot of differences between the two. So the Le Male Elixir wins in this comparison, I guess. All right, so now we have Ultra Male. Oh, guys, Ultra Male. Apples and oranges with the Elixir. Not even a close comparison. Ultra Male is just so, there's something so freaking fun about this. It's that juicy pear that's in this. It's so good. Even today, like almost 10 years later, it's so good. So sweet and fruity. Pear, lavender, mint, there's cinnamon in here. Amber, vanilla, patchouli. Shares those same kind of like heart notes, the lavender and the mint, vanilla, but here I feel like the lavender is a little more pronounced than in the Elixir. It's so sexy. So sexy. Like, I feel like when anyone asks me like, what Jean Paul Gaultier should I buy? Which one is the best first Jean Paul Gaultier for a man? It's Ultra Male every time. Ultra Male is just, it's iconic. It's so good. It's so fun. Like if you are a younger guy and you're like, you like to go out and you like to have some fun, Ultra Male is the one that you need. It's so sexy. If you want women's attention, Ultra Male, hands down, even more than the Elixir, I would say, because women love, well, I say it all the time that women love gourmand fragrances. Yes, women love the scent profile of Le Male Elixir, I will say. I'm a sucker for vanilla tobacco as well, but there's something about, especially in the summertime, guys, fresh, fruity fragrances. I'm telling you, women, gourmands and fruity fragrances, that's what women love to smell in men. So good. I feel like this is the one that most people will resonate with as well. So if you can only get one, I 100% recommend that you get a bottle of Ultra Male. Now we have my baby, Naxos. This is the real tried and true comparison. I'm a little nervous. Let's do it. All right, so left is Le Male Elixir, note to self. Okay, it's not even really fair for me to be including Naxos in here as like a little bonus. It's really not fair because I will never, ever, ever tell you to pick this Le Male Elixir over Naxos. This is not a competition. It's not at all. The quality of Naxos is just so above and beyond. Like the blending, everything, like every little detail is so much better. And I don't want to, this was probably not a smart idea to include it in this video, but the Le Male Elixir smells much more rough. The blending is nowhere near as nice. There's nothing like rich or refined or elegant about the Male Elixir. Like I've said it in this video a few times now, it's rough and tough, you know what I mean? It's like you're a roughed up, toughed up guy, and that is the fragrance for you. But Naxos is just the epitome of luxury, especially in the summer. If you like honey tobacco scent profiles with lavender, Naxos. It's just not a competition, but this isn't really supposed to be like a buying guide. I don't know if you were thinking of like getting the Male Elixir and thinking that it was going to be like some affordable substitute for Naxos, which by the way, it's not even that much less money than Naxos, because you can get Naxos on like Max Aroma, Joma Shop for a very nice affordable price. And I have discount codes for you guys to use as well on top of that, so you can save even more money versus the Male Elixir. I paid, I think like with shipping, it would have been like $140. So it's like, it's almost the same price, almost. I mean, obviously with the Naxos, you're paying for the quality, so you're paying for Zerja. If you need to get any Jean Paul Gaultier, if you're even thinking like of getting something over the Male Elixir, Ultra Male is where it's at. It's the best so far. I love it. It has my heart. It's so sexy, so yummy, so good, and it's one that everyone needs. So guys, that is my little mini review, side-by-side comparison of the new Male Elixir with the flankers, little side-by-side flanker comparison. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. What is your favorite Jean Paul Gaultier? What is your favorite Male? Have you tried the new Male Elixir? What do you think about it? I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.